We're trying to like cultivate a desire and a more romance because we do everything together.
Oh my gosh, we are spending too much time together. We're basically one person.
I'm happy to go do stuff with people. I don't want to be your whole world.
You and I aren't always going to see eye to eye.
I'm flabbergasted.
We took a good hard look at ourselves.
And we found some very disturbing things. Are we going to put it out there for everybody to know?
Sure.
And we're back with another episode of Outer Place with Megan and Sherell. I'm Sherell.
And I'm Megan. If you don't know us, we are married lovers.
Ooh.
And we play music together. And now we're doing a podcast. We are dog moms to two crazy dogs. And
we live by the beach.
Yeah, we're totally surfer
Not
dudes.
at all. I hate surfing. It's actually on my top 5 least favorite activities.
Why is surfing on the top 5 least favorite activities?
Because I've only gone twice. I've lived here for like a long time, but I've gone like 2 or 3 times and every single time was horrible. The last time I went, I stood up, but then I just remember the board going in one direction with one of my feet and my whole body going the opposite. And I did like the split thing and I heard my groin pop.
Oh.
So... And then you just get like, if you're wearing a wetsuit, you get sand in weird places, and it's just not comfortable.
What? You said you get sand in weird places.
Well, like if you wipe out and you're like tumbling around at the bottom of the ocean, that's a funny image.
Only you would be tumbling around at the bottom of the ocean.
And you just get sand everywhere.
Okay.
It's just not fun. It's a horrible experience. I dislike it. But if you like to surf, good for you.
I've never been surfing.
You should go with one of our friends. I'm sure.
Why? You just made it sound like a horrible experience.
Because a lot of people really love it.
I feel like a very niche group of people love surfing.
Surfers.
Yeah. Basically. Welcome to At Our Place.
Welcome. We're back at our place, guys.
Yeah, we came back from vacation.
Does it count as vacation or is it like just a wedding that we went to?
We went to a wedding and we're back.
Yeah, I'm going to call it a vacation wedding though.
Yeah, we went to a hotel, which I would count as vacation in this time of our lives because we're never getting a hotel. So
that's true.
Yeah. How did you feel about how the wedding went?
I think it was good.
They got married,
so it's successful. And
you looked amazing.
Thank you. I did look pretty smoking hot, if I do say so myself.
We should post a picture on our Instagram.
Insert picture here, babe, in post in the edit.
But you had like this whole full-on suit tux thing. Is it a suit or a tux?
Well, technically, Jake was wearing a tux and I was wearing a suit. You want to know the difference?
Jake was the groom, by the way.
Mm-hmm. You want to know the difference?
Yes, suit versus tux. Go.
So a tux has the like folded out silky. What are those things called? You know when you're looking at the jacket and it's got like the folds of the jacket. It's got the folded flap things.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a tux
on the front.
Yeah, and a suit doesn't do that.
Suit has. Wait, but there's a folded part on the front of a suit.
I know, but I think his was like silky or shimmery or something, like different material. And that made it a tux versus a regular suit.
I feel like this needs more investigation.
That's what the lady told us. She said, well, technically you guys are wearing suits.
Okay.
And he's wearing a tux.
And you were like, okay.
I said, well, good for him. He's getting married. I'm already married, so.
One up.
If you need that, go for it.
Already married.
Anyway, I'm sure there's other differences, but that's what the lady said was our flaps were different.
Interesting. What are the things called with the long penguin tail on
Tuxedos,
the back?
But those are coattails.
Coattails. Are tuxes different than tuxedos?
No, tux is short for tuxedo.
Okay. Glad I got that cleared up. Do you like suits with the tail?
I've never worn those. I'm sure I would though, because I like the era and time where those were popular. And I like top hats and I like all just those types of things.
Sounds very classic.
Like Bridgerton, that style.
Ooh.
Like I would rock everything that dude wore in Bridgerton, pretty much.
She's a classic girl.
Classic.
You looked super dapper.
Thank you.
You were basically the hottest grooms person there.
I feel like you're biased a little.
No. I feel like if people felt comfortable with me, they could talk to me and like say, "Oh my gosh, your wife is super hot today."
No, you're too kind. You're too kind. I felt pretty confident in it, so.
You looked confident.
Yeah. I'm liking how I'm looking these days. I also like how I looked last year and the year before too, but I'm feeling
You're like also all the time, but
well, I just in general I'm confident, but I like how I'm looking and feeling these days.
Why is that?
Because I don't know, I feel like I've spent this last year trying to be pretty healthy, working out a lot more, drinking a lot more water, getting more sleep. So I've been feeling the benefits of those things.
We are on what day?
40 something.
Day 42 of 75 hard.
For the like second time around.
Yeah, we did it last year and we did a whole episode on it a couple episodes ago. But
going strong.
Going well. Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me, how did you feel about the wedding and the little vacation getaway?
Ooh, it went well. I liked the wedding. I danced a little bit. Let loose a little. That's the thing. Since we were on 75 hard, we weren't drinking alcohol.
There was so much alcohol. It was an open bar and we didn't have any.
It was kind of torture. I was looking around.
They looked so good, those cocktails.
I know. They made some really delicious looking cocktails and it was an open bar and we were just like, woohoo, we're having fun without alcohol.
Ooh, we're going to show you what a good time we can have.
Yeah. Although I really did have a few moments where I was having a good time with you. And we danced a little bit. We talked throughout the night. The food was really good. And I don't know. I just had a really nice time.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. I did too. I really enjoyed not being drunk so that after, I just don't like hangovers.
I think at the beginning of the night, I was like, man, I really wish I could have a cocktail. And then
cocktail.
Yes. And then at the end of the night, I was like, I'm glad that I'm going to go home and be sober. Also because we still had to do a second workout.
Yuck. Yes, we did a secondary workout, but it wasn't that bad.
It felt really good that we could like.
Yeah, but it was like midnight. And we're like,
that's true. I was really exhausted, but I had a good time because there was like the little gym in the hotel had treadmills with a little TV screen.
So you watched Bachelors in Paradise. That's why you felt good.
I did that on a few days before that, but then this time they had a show called, I don't know what it was called, but it was something to do with Shazam. Have you ever seen that?
No.
It was just a show that I stumbled upon. Basically, there's some host guy that's probably a famous musician, and there are 3 teams of 2 people, and they play a little bit of a song, and then within like, I think 5 seconds, because Shazam takes 5 seconds, they press a button if they know the name of the song within like a second or 2. It's crazy. And then they see which team like gets it the fastest, and they do different genres and stuff from the 70s, 80s, 90s, hits today, jazz, like rock. They do everything. So
nice.
What?
That's cool. I don't really like reality TV as much as you do.
It's not reality. Would you call it? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like
a game showy.
Yeah.
I love that you love that. I don't love it.
I like game shows, especially if I can like try to get the answer, you know?
You're like a game show reality TV junkie. That's what I'm realizing. I try to hook you on so many like shows with phenomenal scripts that are like dramatic and epic and detailed, and you're like
and I'm like, this is boring. I want to see people making out and getting mad at each other on reality TV. Sorry.
To each their own.
Hey,
we're just different.
That ties into our topic for today.
Ooh.
I didn't even try to do that.
That was clever.
But first, how are you doing overall now?
I'm good. I'm a little bit stressed, but
Why?
it's just there's just like a lot of things we just put on ourselves to do, and they take a lot of time, and sometimes they stress me out.
Like what?
I don't want to get all into it. There's just like, I feel like we never just like rest. You ever notice that?
I slept until 11 today.
That's nice. I didn't. So I just feel like there's always like, with 75 hard or with working on my job type stuff, like there's just always stuff to do. So I'm just a little bit tired. Okay. I'm very tired. Basically 75 hard made me stay up till 3 a.m. last night, and I'm cranky. That's how I feel. I'm sleep deprived and I'm cranky about it.
Aw, sorry, honey.
It's okay. Yeah, but how are you doing?
I'm doing better than you seem to be doing.
I'm trying my best.
I love you.
I'm trying.
You're like, if I could be in bed right now, I would be.
No, I'm hungry.
Is there anything you're not?
I'm hungry, I'm sore, I'm tired. I'm not thirsty, I can tell you that much, because we've been drinking so much water lately.
Okay, you have 30 seconds to vent it all out.
Okay.
What's going
I'm
on?
hungry. I'm really sore. You don't get a break on 75 hard, so you're always working out, and it's really tiring. I'm tired because I had to stay up so late because I couldn't get to my reading. So I was reading at 3 a.m. and I kept falling asleep while I was reading, so I had to keep waking up and rereading. It's a never-ending torture cycle. And I'm tired of water.
Okay, wait, why did you wake up so early then?
Because my body does not sleep in. So, and then I look over at you and you're like lights out, passed out.
Yeah. Oh, honey.
And I'm tired of having to go to the bathroom every 20 minutes because of how much water we have to drink.
And
so that's how I'm really doing.
And end scene. Thanks for being honest.
Thanks, I really appreciate it.
I get so sad when you're like, I'm stressed, but it's fine. How are you? And like, I genuinely love when you're like, I can't do that.
I hate everything. Everything's awful. I'm hungry.
That's the real Sherell that I'm used to. That's what I'm used to.
Okay, I'm changing my attitude. Just gonna sip my tea.
Life is hard.
Life is hard. Pity me.
Life is hard as she sips her little tea in her little mug.
Hey, my mug is cracked.
Both of ours are. Maybe we should get new mugs.
Maybe. Christmas. Family. Christmas.
No, we don't need any more mugs.
We don't need any more things, period. Actually, I could think of 10 things I want. But
what do you want for Christmas?
That's a different episode.
Oh,
we'll go through our Christmas list on a different episode. Babe, do you remember yesterday we got into a fight?
Yeah. It was an emotional night last night, and it was just, for some reason, okay, I'll go back to the beginning. Sherell was on Instagram.
There's the problem. Sherell goes on social media too much.
I mean, maybe a little.
I don't like interact with social media, but I like watch a lot of stuff.
It's like watching TV, kind of.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna talk to people on there, but I am gonna like watch.
You're gonna DM me 20 funny videos that you saw
a night.
Mostly of dogs doing funny things.
You cannot tell me you don't love every single one of the videos I send you.
I do. I do love them.
I saw you giggling about it, so
I was. You did make me giggle.
So then there we go. So I was on Instagram, and this therapist I follow, that is like a therapist for queer Christians, specifically, that's their niche.
Yeah, you can say her name.
Candace Zubernat. She's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys need any therapy in that realm.
She's like Christian background, LGBTQ.
Yeah, and she's got a whole team of queer awesome people to help you like deconstruct or come out or process your faith in your sexuality or whatever else. Like, they're licensed therapists, so Anyway, I follow her on Instagram. We met her also. She's super cool. But
Slight plug.
She's super cool. Her and her wife are cool. Their kids are cute. Anyway, I saw her post yesterday about, by the way, my in-laws and parents, stop listening right here. Okay, so Megan and I have been trying to cultivate desire in our sex life. We're trying to like, not like get back the steam or whatever, but just
Get
like
back the fire.
you know what I mean? Like we're trying to like cultivate a desire and a more romance, because we do everything together. We make music together, do podcasts together, hang out together, have the same friends, use a lot of the same things in this house together. Like there's a lot of overlap.
There's a lot of watching the same TV shows. There's a lot of,
reading the same book at the same time. There's a lot of stuff we do is together, and we like it that way. It's been that way since the beginning,
pretty much,
like day one, except for we didn't live together, so there was a lot of like me pursuing you pursuing me.
And we didn't, like, when we met, we weren't doing the same projects. Like we weren't making a podcast together, we weren't playing music together.
In fact, there was a lot of like, get out of my space and don't tell me what to do over here.
A little bit.
So now this last year in particular, a lot of the things that we do creatively and otherwise are like very together. So Candace was talking about how, I feel like I should call her Dr. Zubernat, but Candace was talking about how, especially with queer couples, like there's a lot of togetherness and there can be a lot of like enmeshing. That's not the word she used, but like just merging.
Becoming more like one person instead of two people. Yeah,
and she said queer women, we're usually really, really good at the togetherness, and then we look up and we're like, it's a little too together.
Yeah.
So in that, like when you don't see a difference between you and your partner, you can lose a lot of like the desire for each other because you don't see them as like their full individual self, and vice versa. So she said what really helps is differentiation, which I took that to mean like pulling apart a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Like kind of drawing more distinct lines between, this is my stuff, this is your stuff, together it's our stuff. This is me, this is you, this is what I like, this is what you like.
Yeah. And so you sent that video to me of her talking about it, and you said, this would probably be good for us. And I was like, oh.
I feel like I said it a little more subtly than that.
What did you say?
I don't know, but that's very blunt if I said it that way, and I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, I think you often have a lot of really good ideas for us, and sometimes I can feel like defensive or...
That's mostly, not to call you out, but I'm gonna call you out. That's like your first reaction whenever I have an idea about us.
Yeah, I think on my deepest level, I'm afraid that I'm not enough, or I won't be able to.
Baby,
will
never, baby. So yesterday, I didn't know what you were really upset about, but the core of it was you were afraid.
I just like felt a little defensive anytime you say like, hey, we should work on this in our relationship, or I would love to feel closer to you in this way, or I just don't really want to put in the work to change things, and I don't like somebody saying, oh, you should do something different, because that takes work, and it's like, oh, well, you mean things aren't great right now, you know?
So you take it as like, you're telling me that things aren't good right now.
Yeah, I guess. And it's a little bit like arrogant of like, I don't want to have to change things between us, you know? But at the same time, it's good to find ways to become closer and like grow as a couple, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a creature of comfort. So if you're like, we should change something, I'm like, why? Even if it'll make us better, you know?
Well, Deloney is always talking about, Dr. Deloney, he's talking about cultivating desire, and he's talking about wherever you are, it's because you chose that. You know? So I feel like when we are struggling with desire for each other, or struggling to have romance, even though we have a date night every Friday night, like it's super easy to chill with you, but sometimes it's not easy to like woo you, you know?
Yeah, I think we're very like we're very affectionate with each other.
Yeah.
Like we kiss and we hug and all of that
And
stuff.
we cuddle and we do all,
Yeah, but I think it's just trying to not get back to, because that's kind of dangerous, but trying to cultivate more excitement, I guess, for ourselves.
Yeah. Because we're like 4 years in almost. No, we are. We're almost 5 years in.
We've been together
4 years.
since what, March of 2019?
Baby, it's been over 4 years. Our last
Yeah.
anniversary was 4 years.
How crazy is that?
Like we're close to 5.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy about it.
So this idea of differentiation, we took a good hard look at ourselves.
And we found some very disturbing things. Are we going to put it out there for
Sure.
everybody to know?
Sure. So something where we've become a little too comfortable with each other and basically become the same person.
Oh, no. This is so embarrassing. They're going to roast us. You guys are our friends. Don't roast us.
Well, I think it's kind of a gray area. So the loofah in the shower, we share. I would like to know.
Every black person I know is so grossed out right now.
Really?
Yes, but keep going.
I don't know why it didn't occur to me that would be basically like sharing a toothbrush. But it kind of is, because we're cleaning, hopefully, everything.
Babe, I am so clean. You can't look at me. I have OCD. You can't look at me and say I'm dirty.
No, but we're both very, very clean, which means we're sharing.
We're thorough.
We're thorough.
Ew.
So, and you've been using my hair conditioner just because, like, we're trying to be frugal in a lot of ways, which means we have, like, become a little too using each other's things.
That is very true, but can I dig a little bit deeper to that? So I feel shame in me because I have like a 5 or 6 step skincare routine.
You have the best skincare routine.
And I have lotions for my body. I have different stuff for my face. I need different stuff for my hair because I'm a black person. Spoiler alert, if you've never seen me on YouTube.
They know of your
So
melanin.
funny. Oh, that's so funny, because what if they don't know if we're black or white because they're just listening on Spotify?
You can't hear color, folks. So.
Sometimes you can, but anyway, but I need different things than you, or maybe you just don't know what you need. I don't really know what white people need.
Just the basic shampoo, conditioner.
I feel like white people are a little bit more like complicated than that, but I feel like it's very easy to just get by because nobody will notice.
What do you mean?
Well, like, okay, you didn't wash your face until after you and I were together.
That's true.
And you didn't wear lotion until after you and I were together. And I said, why? You have skin, you have a face.
I feel like this is kind of gross. I genuinely didn't know that I was like...
You're not the first white person I've heard who is like that.
I just didn't really know that I was supposed to wash my face. And that's kind of weird. It's like you go through so much time without washing your face. Ugh.
Like you wash your face when you're in the shower.
No.
I'm flabbergasted.
No, right now I do. Like,
no, I'm just saying before, like, what the hell do you do in the shower if you're not cleaning yourself?
I cleaned my body and I cleaned my hair and I didn't wash my face.
Okay.
Unless I was like sweaty for some reason, I guess.
Okay.
But if I wasn't sweating on my face, I just didn't.
Okay, so what I was saying on that tangent is I feel like white people who don't have skincare routines and hair care routines could probably benefit from them because they have bodies too. They just aren't accustomed to needing to do that because it's very noticeable when a black person does not take care of themselves. It's less noticeable to me when white people don't.
Yeah, that makes sense. I will say there were a lot of like white people that probably know the face care routine.
They're like looking at you like, what are you doing?
I think there was a part of me that was like, well, my skin never breaks out. My skin usually looks pretty good, so I don't really need to clean it all the time or at all.
Yeah.
So now I have a great skincare routine.
But pulling out back to like why I was talking about the skincare routine.
Sorry.
So I feel shame because I have so many things that I've been doing from day one, like long before I even met you. My mom put me on a skincare routine when I was like 11 because I played sports and I had acne.
Flawless skin since 11.
No, not at all. If I slack off for a few days, I notice. So anyway, the side note is like I felt shame because I was like buying products that are more expensive than your products, because Black people need different things than white people, and those things are more expensive in stores because there's a lot of white people where we live.
Yeah, so like I can literally find $2 shampoo and conditioner, even though it's probably not very good.
So then I just, instead of like, you know, just always buying my things, I would just like use your things, because I'm like, well, we're trying to be smart with our money right now, and I guess I could just survive off of this. So that's a lot of where that was coming from. But that meant that we merged a lot in all of our products.
Basically, we use a lot of the same stuff.
And then it overlaps into our clothes because we're two women in a relationship. So like we have the same shoe size, and you know, I steal your socks, you steal my hoodies, which is normal. I
steal your shoes. We swapped robes because I liked yours better and you got me a new one and you said, fine, I like yours. So then we swapped robes.
But aside from the physical stuff, where else did you see that we were like merged?
So recently, ever since you sent me that video on Instagram, I was a little bit shook. Trying to What?
I just couldn't agree more. You were shooketh.
I was shooketh because I was like, oh my gosh, we are spending too much time together. We're spending so much time together. We're basically one person. Oh my gosh.
Is that why you went and you sat in the room for like 45 minutes yesterday and closed the door and didn't talk to me for like almost an hour?
That's because we were arguing.
I was annoyed, but I was like sitting on the couch waiting for you, and I thought you were getting ready, and then it was 45 minutes later.
Okay, basically I was being all weird because we had a date night and I was like, okay, let's just watch like The Bachelor, The Golden Bachelor, because that's something you wanted to do inside and make popcorn and stuff. And you were like, sounds great. And then I got all weird because I was thinking, oh my gosh, like, first of all, we haven't been outside very much, like around people all day. I felt very cooped up. And we were talking about how we're too like enmeshed as a couple. So you felt
very claustrophobic really fast.
I think I did. And so I was like, hey, hon, how about we like go grab something at the store and go walk around and get coffees? And you were like, I don't want to go outside. I'm tired. And I was like, okay.
Because I had just gotten done with my workout, and you were talking about how you wanted to like walk around for our date. And I was like, that's nice. I just did a workout. I'm gonna walk around with you for our whole date, and then I'm gonna have to come back and do another workout. No.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I just started to feel a little claustrophobic. Like, I need to find myself and I need to figure out what I want to do. So to where this extends beyond tangible items and sharing items, I noticed like we stopped doing stuff that we individually like to do, not in an intense way, but more of like, hey, I kind of want to go do this thing. And then the other person says, I'm kind of good for the night. And then the first person says, you know what? I don't want to go by myself.
I won't even go now.
I won't even go do it anymore.
It's stupid. Fine. It was a stupid idea.
I don't even want to anymore.
Well, I think your like radar started going off because our friends, we have quite a few friends who are like couple friends. Mm-hmm. And so I invited them to one of my gigs next week, and their like boyfriends aren't available, and each one of them were like, so and so's busy, but like I'll still come.
Yeah.
And you were like, wait a second.
Well, I think you brought it to my attention because we were talking about differentiation, and you just like said something about how they individually feel like they can go and do things without their partner. And I was like, I feel like I can do that, but I never choose to. Neither do you, really, unless I'm at work or I'm doing something. Then
if you're like unavailable, I'm happy to go do stuff with people. But if you're like Here, it feels rude to do something with somebody and leave you. Unless it's like professional, like making my music or something, you know.
Yeah, I think recently we did do something good when you had a performance just by yourself and I was really tired and I just wanted some replenishing energy for myself and I decided to stay home.
That was so nice.
Yeah, like you became your whole person and I was on my side, you were on your side.
Yeah, and I was hanging out with my friend because we split the gig and it was like, I don't know, it felt really life-giving and now I know why.
So basically we need more time away from each other.
So basically we're taking some time apart.
And you know what it is too?
Hey, we're not taking time apart. You're supposed to say what? No.
Oh, no. Well, no. I think it's just figuring out in the moments. Like you and I aren't always going to see eye to eye because we're two different people. And it gets hard when we try to like stay in the middle all the time. I tried to listen, for example, to one of the books that you really like. And I feel bad because every time we listen to it, it just goes out.
You just don't care at all. And it's like one of my favorite books.
It's not that. You know what? Maybe I'll change in the future if I can really understand what's going on.
I've given up trying, but keep going.
You really like fantasy books, and a lot of them have really, they just have like a lot of things going on.
It's a whole world building book. Yeah, there's like it's brilliant.
There was this TikTok I saw a while ago and I could not agree more. This girl was like, how I feel when I'm reading a fantasy novel. And it's like, so and so and so and so and the land of
I get it.
I think that's just one thing that we are different on.
I don't understand it fully because like you enjoy Lord of the Rings and that's complicated.
I haven't tried to read that. I'm better with movies and TV shows.
Got it. Oh.
Anyway, how do you feel about all of this?
It makes my heart sad because I love fantasy. I just love it. I love epic fictions. I don't really love stories that are like based off of reality, based off of some stupid drama between two people and they gotta figure it out and they're both being petty. I don't like it.
Well, I really like...
I'm like, these people gotta fight a fucking dragon or something, you know? Like, I want bigger things than just this. And also, I don't understand. Here's where we are different. You can watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette and keep every single one of those people, you know their names, you know their backstories, you know what their family said in the last episode, you know all of the little things, and I'm like, they all look the same. Aren't they all the same? What are you... And yet you can't like focus on a well-written book.
I can't remember their names. That's the thing. I always tell you like, oh, there's this one guy that he's like this and he said this, and then there's this other guy. I have a hard...
but you're like a computer. You're like, and here's all the information on this person.
I have a hard time keeping the details straight until there's like 3 people left. Then I'm like, okay, I know their names. I know what's going on. So
and you're like, she said this last week to this guy and that hurt his feelings because he heard it this way. And I don't know how you keep all that straight because my head goes, who cares? What? Who cares?
I do like watching like the Lord of the Rings with you. You brought me into that, and at first, you know, it's intimidating at first because there's all these details I don't want to miss. But then I'm asking you throughout the movie, okay, what's his name again? What did they do again? What's going on? I do that all the time.
And I've got you covered.
You do, and you don't get upset at me. And
no, I love that. I thrive off of you asking me or somebody asking me, please explain this thing that I happen to be an expert in.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I think sometimes I want to compromise what I'm like comfortable being interested in because I want to like enter your world, and sometimes you want to enter my world.
Like I'm watching The Golden Bachelor with you.
You love The Golden Bachelor.
No, I don't. Not after the last episode.
Oh, you loved it
don't
before.
Don't spoil it, but I do not love it now. I see why nobody likes this show.
Yeah, they really threw us for a loop.
Anyway.
How do you feel about like
differentiation?
Yeah. How do you feel like we need to change? How do you feel like things are going now?
So I feel like it's a both and. It's a both and.
You say that a lot.
I do. Because everything's a both and.
Wait, what does that mean again?
It's both this and this seemingly contradictory thing.
Okay.
I think that we do a lot of things together. And I want our worlds to be as big as possible. I've always been a person that doesn't want to be like, I don't want to be your whole world.
Right.
Because that feels like scary and intimidating, and I could never live up to that.
Yeah, of course.
I want us to have as big as possible, like worlds as big as possible, and we choose to partner and go through our worlds together, you know?
Yeah, I think to that point together, we really do have like a big world and a lot of friends.
Yeah. And I love that. But like, I can see how it would make our life more full when you go with our friends and you do things with them and I do my own thing. For instance, I love playing poker, but I haven't played in years because, you know, well, you don't like playing poker.
I'm just uninterested in it at the moment.
Yeah, and that's fine. And I think that it would make my world more full if I had a poker night with my friends who like poker and you weren't there.
I think maybe this is where it ties into like the whole desiring each other thing, because if I look over at you and you're out at our friend's house and you're at some poker night with your buddies and
it makes you desire me more.
And I'm not a part of it, like we are physically apart. You come home and you tell me about it and it's just something, I don't know, it's a little bit like, ooh, like you did something without me, like, I don't know.
Like, ooh, I gotta get to know you. I gotta get to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, and I would say the same thing, but you stay home.
Well, I think that's, maybe that's where I need to figure things out a little bit more.
Well, me too, you know, but like I go play basketball with some friends and I do stuff, but like I think that if we make our worlds bigger, it would make our relationship bigger.
Our world's bigger, like individually. You mean?
Our individual worlds bigger would make our relational world bigger. And I like that. And I think it would give us more space to pursue each other, to get to know each other, to cultivate desire with each other.
Yeah.
And honestly, like one of the hottest things I see you do is interact with your coworkers.
Oh, really?
Honestly.
That's
like,
kind of funny. It's
like you at work is mysterious to me because I don't know how to do what you do. I'm not a part of it. I don't know your people. I've met them, said hi to them, but like I don't know. I don't hang out with them. And I like it that way. Like I like that you have this whole thing that you do that has nothing to do with me, that you're a badass at. And I
thought you were gonna say bad.
You're bad at it.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. No, but you're badass at your job. You're highly respected, and I think it's cool to just watch you do your thing and me to have to like ask you about it, you know?
Oh, I like that. Do you mean when I'm working at home and you can like see me working, or when
Well, that's hot too, but no, I'm talking about like when you're at work and then you come home, or when you say, oh, so-and-so is calling me about this thing that I have to figure out, or, you know, like it's just like, ooh.
Okay.
I like that.
She got a job.
She got a J-O-B.
Okay. Yeah. So I was trying to think back to when we were dating, even though we're not trying to go back to that because we're building something new. But I think us being attracted to each other was just like bringing each other into each other's worlds, and you coming over to my place. And
yeah, it was new and exciting.
Yeah, you bringing your dog to say hi to me and my roommates, and me coming into your world and your place. And it's like I'll wake up in the morning and you made me breakfast and it's a new house and it's a new place. Like, I don't know. There was just such separation.
I liked those days.
Yeah.
But Dr. Deloney was doing a marriage retreat or something. So he was doing like a conference on marriage, and he said something like, it's hard to have desire and safety at the same time.
Oh,
because that's why, like, when you're first starting to date, you don't feel safe with the other person. You feel a whole bunch of desire for the other person, and it's exciting, and it's like new and different. It's a little risky. You don't know if you're safe with them or they're safe with you, and it's very exciting figuring all that out. And then you get together and you're together for a while, and then, like, you know, you move in together, you get engaged, you get married, whatever your situation is, and the desire goes away because now you feel safe.
Oh, that stinks.
And, you know, it's like not risky to be with Megan. You're the safest person in my whole world.
Totally
across my
in.
whole life, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never worried about you or us. And we just have that safety. Like, you could literally tell me anything and I probably would not be shocked or surprised, you know.
Yeah, we know everything about each other. We know our intentions. We know that we're legally married. Like,
yeah, I know what you like, what you dislike, all that stuff. But
okay,
he said, when you are in that place of safety, like, that's great. You guys now trust each other. You're safe. Now you have to go back and cultivate that desire.
Interesting. That's genius.
So I think that's what we're learning how to do, is like, how do we cultivate desire now that we're so safe with each other?
Yeah.
So, which is why I'm like, go hang out with the girls.
Go hang out with the girls. Yeah, I think for me, it's kind of hard to make friends. I mean, it's not, but
you have friends though.
Okay, correction. It's hard to go out of my way to hang out with people because I'm so comfortable at home. I'm so comfy. Oh, this is what we said was probably an issue yesterday, is we are each other's safety blanket.
Yes, it's like any situation I could be in. It's like that one song, I Don't Care, by Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber.
Oh,
like, we had a party we don't want to be at.
Yeah.
Like, we
at a party we don't want to be at.
That's not her real singing voice. I don't think they've ever heard your real singing voice on this podcast. Ew, babe. That's a no for me. I'm feeling less safe and less desire.
Wait, less desire me, probably.
Yeah, I'm less desiring you and I'm feeling less safe here. No, but like, it's like that. It's like, if I go to a party, I go to a hangout, and you're with me, I immediately feel more comfortable.
I have totally...
And I don't think that's a bad thing.
I don't think so either, but now I'm realizing, like, sometimes I have thought to myself, like, I am more... Like, we're more well-rounded as a couple coming into a situation. Like, if we go to a dinner with friends, or if we go to a music performance, like, we're performing together, I have a different personality than you. I'm more reserved and you're more like connect with people faster. Like, I just feel like together we're so
good together.
We're so good together. We're so good with people together. And I feel a little bit insecure about myself individually now, because I'm like, oh, well, if I try to hang out with this one person, like, it's going to be less interesting than both of us hanging out with them. And it's like,
yeah, I hear that. But then there's the part of me that, like, there's the me separate from you, which I guess doesn't exist. But that just, you know, that part of me.
Well, it should exist, I think, is what we're saying.
Yeah, but like, I could never undo me being with you. Like, I'm forever changed is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But there's still that me that's like, Sherell, you're fucking awesome by yourself. Like, I have that little voice in me all the time that's like, remember when you traveled Europe by yourself for months on end and all you took with you was your backpack and your guitar? You didn't even have $100. Like, there's that part of me that's like,
whoa,
you're a badass. Don't you forget it. So I'm trying to, like, you know, celebrate me and do things by myself and do things that make me come alive. Because the things that make me come alive don't necessarily make you come alive, but me coming alive definitely benefits our relationship.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I think sometimes we have a bad habit of like, okay, you're doing your thing. When can we hang out together? I think we could do more to, like, I don't know. I think we just need to give each other some more space.
I don't know how to do that.
Why?
Because here's the thing, you're my favorite person.
That's the thing. I just love being around you. Like
you're my best friend. You are my favorite person. You're the person that I'm like, oh my God, this funny thing. And if I look over and you're not there, then I'll probably just text you.
we text every day. If I'm at work or something and you're somewhere else, like we text all the time throughout the day. We're just best friends, and it's hard to want to do something for myself because I'm like, oh, well, this would be so much more fun with Sherell there. But then those parts of me that, like, for example, I like the stupid TV shows and stuff. So
They're not stupid. You just like them.
Okay. If I want to watch like The Office or Parks and Rec or something, that's more my speed, more comedic, lighthearted. And if I were to be like, hey, babe, watch this with me. I want to hang out with you.
I do it. I've done it.
You have before, but at the same time, it's like that would be more something that I'm interested in.
Like, it's probably more fun to do that with your friends who are interested in that, or with your sister who's interested in that. And it's like, you can show me your thing and I'll appreciate it because you like it, but I don't care about it for my own self.
Yeah, and that doesn't exactly, like, no offense.
It doesn't fill you up.
No, it doesn't fill me with life. But then if I'm having a Zoom call with my siblings and we're watching a movie and joking around about it, I get along with them in a different way than I get along with you. And it's like a different kind of energy for me.
Yeah, I totally get that. Because, like, with my friends, like, we'll make so many innuendos that you wouldn't find funny.
I would be like, haha. Like
you just, I have like a dirtier sense of humor, and my friends are like, we're a little bit more rowdy. Like I will play basketball with my friends and make coarse jokes, and there probably will be like cigars and beer involved and things like that, and you just don't care about any of those things.
Yeah, I think that you and I have such similar backgrounds, and we're so similar in the things we like that sometimes we just kind of like settle for that instead of saying I want all of the time with all of my interests. Like sometimes you kind of settle for the things that we both like together and then ignore maybe parts of ourselves.
Yeah. I'm also thinking in my head, like, Chip and Joanna Gaines have something that I've always wanted. Where they've built basically an empire together. Like their businesses are amazing. They've built
Joanna does all of those.
Fixer Upper, the TV show.
Oh yeah.
And Magnolia. What is it? Stuff I do.
They have all that. The section in the middle of Target.
Y'all know the section.
You all know the section in the middle of Target. You walk past and they have all the nice kitchen things and the nice towels and the nice pillows and mugs and candles. It's like a specific style.
Yes. And it's like, I want to be one of those people that can have that stuff, but I'm not one of those people yet.
But that's Joanna Gaines does that.
Yeah. So Chip and Joanna, they have a business where they like fix up houses and then sell them. But they have a lot of other businesses too. And I was reading Chip's book and he was talking about like how he can't get enough of Joanna. Like they've been together since college, I think. And how they wake up together, they spend all day together, they come home together, make dinner together, go to sleep together. And he prefers it that way. He's like, this is my favorite person. Why wouldn't I want to spend all this time with them? And that's how I feel about you. But then I also feel like, but I'm also my favorite person. So I need to do things that I love outside of you.
Yeah, I think it's weird because I've almost come to love us. Okay. I don't know how to say this. I've come to like prefer us over myself in a way.
That's so interesting.
Not that I don't love myself. I do love myself, but I feel like I am my most happiest with you. I'm my most confident. And I think, I don't know, maybe that needs to change.
Maybe. I think there's a level of it that's good because that's why we got married. Like you and I were both thriving as single people. It wasn't like I was looking at you to complete me or vice versa. We had our whole worlds doing our own things. We were doing really well single. I mean, I was a lot less mature than I am today.
Me too. So.
And you were less clean than you are today. Yeah. So we're better together. Like, that's why we chose to be together. But I definitely see that where it's like, I prefer us, not just me. I think that it is a both and at the end of the day.
Yeah. Part of the reason why I felt so claustrophobic yesterday and shook is because I just basically started analyzing all of my thoughts of like, wait, do I want to do this, or do I want to do this because it's with you, or do we, you know?
I feel like you got a little resentful at me.
I don't know, baby.
Like, you looked at me like suspicious.
I don't know.
And I was like, what did I do? All I said was, let's do this thing. Maybe there's something there.
You didn't do anything, honey.
I'm sure I did.
Well, I mean, we both did. You know what? We both probably did things that weren't good. Like, oh, why would you want to do that when you can hang out with me? Or, oh, let's do it together when it's maybe not a together thing. Like, I don't know.
Can I go with you?
Can I go with you and make it a slightly less good experience for you, but also we're together?
Which, again, it's both of that and no.
So I read an article online.
Of course you did. She went through the internet, folks.
That's they say not to go to
beige flag. Orange flag? So there.
My beige flag is whenever I need to know something, I go on Google.
You let Google tell you, and Reddit tell you, and Quora tell you what you're supposed to be feeling and why.
Basically. And I go to like online articles and I do my thorough research.
I love it. So tell me what you found.
So I looked up differentiation in couples, and there were just like a few articles, and I was like, I want to know more about this because I don't really understand it. And it was just saying like, to have a good relationship, you need a balance of being not autonomous, can't think of the word, but being your own self-identifying person and investing in yourself. And then you need the balance of that with like investing in your relationship. If you go too far one way, you're going to desire each other less because you're going to be such a unit, like one person. But then if you go, some couples go the other way where it's like, they're both clearly their own person and they don't invest enough time.
That's what your parents were saying when we asked them about this.
Oh, yeah. I took a few notes. So Sherell decided to call my parents before this episode.
Well, they've been married a long time, and I wanted to know what they thought about it.
They've been married 100 years. Congratulations.
Holy crap.
I can't remember the amount of years. Probably 27 or something.
I thought it was like 32 at this point. Because didn't they go to Hawaii a couple of years ago for their 30th?
Maybe.
I know more about your parents than you.
You might, actually. Which I love. So my parents had a few notes about differentiation and relationships. And my dad said that it's, really important to have like a central view of values together. Which
I liked that.
I would agree on, because if you don't have the same values, like on a deep level,
y'all should not be together.
Yeah, like the value of we are kind to all people, like that kind of thing, I
don't even think that you need, because he said values and beliefs.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know if you need the same beliefs, because beliefs change over time, but the values need to stay the same in my book.
Yeah. Like you can have different religions, but if your core value is like that people are good or something, then you kind of agree on that.
Yeah. I think that values outweigh beliefs.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So they said that was like you don't need to be different people in terms of everything, like your core values and stuff like that, because that's something important to like your togetherness.
Yeah. You're never gonna like be able to be a true partnership if you're fighting against and there's friction in your value system.
Yeah, gosh, we like fight all the time.
Huh?
We would fight all the time.
I thought you said we do. I was like, no, we don't.
It's been horrible. No, I said we would fight all the time if we had different values.
Oh yeah, because you're so stubborn and I am so hot-headed, and that would be horrible.
Oh my gosh. So another thing my mom said is like some couples might need to be together more or less. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just depends who you are, I guess. And they kind of said something similar to what we were saying earlier of like, my dad said he might want to go to a football game, and then my mom did want to go, but she supported him, and then he was like, I'm just gonna stay home. And I was like,
yeah, but then when she found that out, she was like, what? Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
You said that's kind of what.
Oh, it just kind of like resonates with me of something that we do sometimes of, do you want to do something outside of the house? Nah. Okay, well, I don't either, like we were talking about earlier. So I think I should make more of an effort at least to like listen to that feeling of what I would enjoy. And then if it's something that you don't want to do, thinking, do I have a friend that I could do this with that would bring me life in this area? That's like, this is my soul. This is what I'm interested in. This is like me as a person. It's not us, it's me.
Yeah. I gotta tell you though, my deep fear is that we will lose us if we go down this road of differentiation.
You're afraid of the slippery slope.
I don't really like the term slippery slope, but like I'm just afraid of losing us because I think that we're so different from other couples. Like you genuinely are my favorite person.
Well, you're my favorite person too.
And so I'm afraid of like losing the thing that makes us awesome if we choose to like go do our own things over doing stuff together. Or
well, that's why it's a balance. Like I get why you're afraid of that, because I can tend to go and dig into like my own projects or things like for a long time. So, and I think we didn't even have a set date night for a long time, and we were like, we need to do that.
Yeah, I just don't want to lose us. Like I like how together we are. I like spending time with you. I prefer spending time with you over anybody else in my world,
Aww.
So I just don't want to be an average couple. No offense to any couples out there. I don't want to be one of those couples that's like, yeah, I kind of like being around you. I don't want to be them. I want to be us.
I think we could use a little splash of doing things that interest us. This, all in all, has really helped me like just be more conscious of it. Like, am I doing this because it's what's comfortable to me? Or am I doing this because it would really give me life and zest? Because I want to do stuff for me that will bring me life.
Same. And I want to see you do things that bring you life.
Yeah, so that I can bring it back to you and tell my best friend about it. Like the reason of finding ourselves more individually is so that we can, I don't know, have a little excitement together.
I like that. Also, it kind of parallels, this might be an ADHD tangent, but the way that you said that reminded me of how some couples have a hard time, mainly hetero couples, have a hard time when one of them goes out and gets a job and makes a lot of money. And they're like, man, you're really doing your own thing. You're really independent over there. You're making more money than me. And they have a hard time with that. And you're basically saying whatever benefits them is benefiting the couple. Like, go out there and be successful. One, because you deserve to be successful. But two, because you are making the family stronger. You're making the unit, the couple, to get together stronger.
Yeah. And I think sometimes like we look at each other doing our own thing and we're like, oh yeah, they're just doing their own thing. And I don't know, maybe it would be better if we're more curious about each other. For example, if I'm working on my own music or something like that, I feel like you're like, oh, business as usual. Megan's awesome. Moving on.
I'm just trying to stay out of your way. It did cross my mind, like, maybe I should, like, be more openly curious about what you're doing. But the problem is, like, I respect you so much as an artist because I met you as an artist, and I had so much respect for you as an artist before we were even friends.
Aww.
Like, your name is respected around here. So, and the work that you put out there is respected around here. So it comes out of like not me not wanting to be curious. It comes out of me not wanting to be in your way.
Aww.
And like disrupt your process.
Aww. Well, I think sometimes I feel like, you're kind of just used to it. Or that's why I like doing music and stuff so much with you, because I feel like we're both so invested and we're both so excited about it. So I don't know, maybe just like being really curious and invested in what each other's doing too, and as like that's something you're doing for yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, that is interesting though, because the few times I've allowed you to listen to my stuff that's getting recorded, I'm like, I don't want to show her my music. My music is so good, guys. It's so good.
It's sounding so good.
I know, but it's scary as hell showing you.
Yeah, that's fair. I tend to be more critical, I hate to say.
You're never critical except for when it comes to like something creative.
It's more of like, it's not critical like this is bad or this is good. It's more of like,
yes, it is.
If you did this, it would be better.
No,
and if you did
that's how you want it to be, but that's not how it comes across.
Okay, well, I will say, so Sherell has been working on her EP. It's sounding so good.
Dude, it's the best EP I've ever heard. I'm not even kidding. I'm not being braggy. It's just really fucking good.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that, genuinely. And you've been working really hard on it. And I love when you go into the studio with our friend and just like go produce and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we get lost for hours. You would honestly hate it. You have been in there with us a few times, and I feel like it's not your like, our process is different than your process.
That's true. Plus it's like, I don't know, it's your thing. It's your baby.
It's and I'm sanctuary.
Just, yeah.
Well, I'm putting my fear, I'm like paying attention to the little scared part of me that is terrified of losing something so good. And I'm like recognizing that little Sherell is scared. And then just patting her on the head and saying, okay, but like 31-year-old Sherell's got this. So I'm doing that because I genuinely want to celebrate when you do things that make you come alive. It makes me come alive watching you come alive. And I want to go do things that bring life to me and make me feel epic and joy-filled and excited to be here. It's good for our mental health.
Yeah, like maybe we can help push each other towards doing new things.
I like that.
Well, that was a good conversation. It's so strange. I feel like it's so philosophical or something.
Yeah, it gets kind of...
It's so deep into our
The funny thing is, like, yeah, it is. The funny thing is, like, that's why we wanted to start this podcast, is because we have so many good conversations that are not recorded.
We talk all the time, all day, all the time.
This is how it's like on our regular. This is how it's like when we're eating.
And we were just like, we should probably put this on a podcast because we just talk all the time about everything. So
yeah,
we want to bring this awesomeness to you guys. So
yeah, and we want to hear what you guys think. Like, if you're single, how do you pour into yourself and make yourself the best version of you for your own self? You know, and like, if you're coupled up, how do you do the same thing? If
you're single, how do you not compromise your interests with like your friends? Because I feel like I've definitely probably done that before, of like not fully been myself with certain people, or, you know.
Yeah, or like, do you struggle with togetherness? Like, do you struggle with like giving up some of your independence to be closer together? And if you're in a couple, like, do you deal with what we deal with? Are you a little too close? Do you share the same loofah? Because it's weird.
Do you share the same loofah? Tell us.
Maybe don't tell us.
So we
tell us because we feel alone and dirty.
Oh my gosh.
Yesterday, after our epic fight of the season,
you make it sound so amazing.
We have one a month.
Aw.
That's actually not true. We probably have one a quarter.
Man. We have one marriage fight per business quarter.
Yes, we do. So we're not due for another one in a while. And that's nice.
Yay.
But we went to Target afterwards and we're like, okay, mission, get our own soap.
Yeah, so here's the happy ending to our story. We went to Target. We were about to buy a bunch of Christmas stuff and nice fancy stuff.
Side note, I did not know how to be around you. It was like we were first dating. I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to hold your hand. I don't know if I'm supposed to walk side by side. I don't know if you want people to know we're together. Either we're full married.
Of course I do. I wanted to spend time with you. I think I just got super in my head about the whole differentiation thing.
Yes, we need to. This is between you and me. We need to reschedule date night because Target does not count. But anyway,
I think
no, it doesn't count, and you guys know. Tell me,
no,
running errands does not count as a
new
date.
question. Does going to Target count as a little date?
If your spouse doesn't think it's a date, it's not a date.
I need to know. What? Okay, that's probably a good point. If your spouse doesn't, if your partner doesn't feel like it's a date, you know what? Maybe I need to find some girls to go to Target with me as a little friend.
Go with
date.
your little girlies. I'm fine with that. Your Target girlies. Go with them. I'm not about to go run errands on my date night.
You like to go with me though.
I like to go. I didn't say I didn't like to go. I just don't want to go and say, oh, and that was our date.
Anyway, happy ending to our story. We got 2 different loofahs. We even went so far as to get 2 different body washes.
Yeah, because when we were dating, I had my own body wash. Now we're back
body
there.
wash.
I had my own body wash. Now we're back there. I got my own stuff again, and I couldn't be more thrilled. I got my own hair conditioner. It's for black people. I love it.
It takes very little to please you and us.
You got your own stuff. I threw out all your old stuff. I thought you were going to kill me, but...
It's weird. Like, we used to have... Okay, this is like getting into the details. We used to have this little eco-friendly loofah.
I don't think anyone cares.
But I forgot how luxurious a real fluffy loofah was.
Here's a side note on Megan, just so you guys know. She tries to get so eco-friendly, and you go on these, like, deep dives. So it comes in waves. So she'll be like, you know what? The environment is fucked. We are going to do our part to fix it, which I love.
Which a lot of it we've kept around.
Yes, there's a lot of sustainable things we have in our house. Love that. I don't love it in the bathroom.
It's hard in the
because
bathroom.
you get the crappiest products. And in the name of sustainability, I'm like, cool, now I'm brushing my teeth with a twig.
It's a bamboo toothbrush.
And I'm dipping it in some charcoal powder dust.
I feel called out. That's the thing.
Oh, do my teeth look clean? Is my breath fresh? No, because my wife is on a kick.
And that's the other thing, is we should differentiate. If
you go save the environment, I'll destroy it, but look good.
And together we have net zero carbon emissions.
You look like Tarzan's bride.
I'll come out of the bedroom with like wearing like a cloth bag.
It's sustainable.
I didn't buy any new clothes.
Eco-friendly. You're wearing a burlap sack.
Hey, if you have a hot bod, you can look good in anything.
That's debatable.
That's not true.
Megan's gonna wear a potato sack the rest of the week.
I digress. I don't even know where to find a giant potato sack. We only bought a tiny sack of potatoes.
Knit them together with your dental floss that you bought that's actually just thread with wax on it.
You guys, this is digressing.
Ew, guys, send help. Send products, please.
I will say, last thing about that is next month when we are have more of a budget, I want to get, there's this like brand at Target for hair, shampoo and conditioner, and it's like 100%, what is it called?
They always get you with that packaging.
It's made out of 100% recycled packaging.
That's nice.
I think that's the thing that gets me. I just look at all the products that I'm like, this is just creating more plastic. So
I get that. There's a slight anxiety that happens when I get my like Mary Kay products, and then I think I could destroy the environment, or I could have a clean, acne-free face.
There's some things that just
so far I'm choosing to have a clean, acne-free face.
Yeah, there's some things you just can't really compromise. But
I recycle though. We recycle in our house.
Yeah. Yes, we do. All right, baby. What do we got going on?
I have a gig next week,
Woo!
Thursday. So, yeah,
It's
you guys
actually
will-
this week.
This week.
Yeah.
Woo!
Even
It's
as
on-
you're listening to this,
Even as you listen.
it is in a couple of days. Or what's the day that it's on?
Thursday. I just said that.
Thursday. Woohoo! November
16th.
16th at Puffers of Pismo.
Yeah, a little wine bar.
And to differentiate, you're playing solo.
I'm playing solo.
I am gonna go watch you, and I'm gonna be
It's
like,
gonna be my arm candy.
yeah, I'm gonna be so excited. Like, oh, there's my partner, and she's doing her own thing.
Yeah, so if you guys are on the Central Coast, come by because that'll be fun. The food's amazing there, so highly recommend. 10 out of 10. It's a small little wine bar. You know, a lot of our friends are coming to that, so I'm excited. It'll be like a whole party.
It's literally gonna be a party. So come hang out with us and our friends.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, I think we're just chilling in November because we've got Thanksgiving break and then
Woo.
Christmas shenanigans. So
Yeah, we'll have to document maybe like a vlog or something of our Thanksgiving
yeah.
time. We've been wanting to do more YouTube vlogs. Side note, if you're on YouTube, hit that little button.
Yeah, I want to watch you be a quintessential YouTuber. So do the thing.
I can't do the
it.
YouTube
Do
thing,
it.
but I like YouTube a lot. All right, guys, remember to like and subscribe.
Smash that like button. You know what to do.
We are too much in sync right now.
Oh, that was awesome.
And if you're on Spotify,
Give us a follow.
okay, I noticed a couple people gave us more 5-star reviews.
Hey, I didn't know.
Yeah,
How
so
long you been checking? You be checking.
I like to see what people think about us. I like to see how we're doing. I like to see who's listening. So give us a 5-star review on Spotify and answer the little question and answer on Spotify. And YouTube, you can follow us. We've been getting lots of new subscribers, so thank you for listening. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know.
We're building a little community. I love to see you guys interact with us on YouTube and Spotify. It's really fun.
And
You guys are funny.
it's hilarious when you guys like respond on our shorts videos, because it's just us being
so funny.
it's us being so silly, and you guys love it, and that makes me laugh.
Yeah, I love that you guys have the same humor as we do.
Yeah, I
So.
think on one of our recent videos, it's me in a tree being like, oh, I love
Getting
being
attacked by ants.
yeah, I was like, I love being in nature. There's ants. Like 2 seconds later, and somebody was like, take her back to the city.
I did. She's safely back.
I made it back home. We're good.
We're good.
just a Silicon Valley girl
Yeah,
over
this is
here.
my Bay Area babe over here.
Mm.
All right, babe. I am gonna make dinner
She's making tilapia
for myself for differentiation.
No.
Have fun figuring it out.
Okay, I'll have something boring for dinner, I guess. Alrighty, we are gonna go hang out.
Possibly.
Are we gonna hang out?
Do
I
you
want
want
to hang out.
ask me?
Do you want to hang out with me?
Yes, I do.
Yay! Okay. And we'll see you next week at our place.
Yep.
Okay.